Hello and welcome to this updated tutorial on Trigger's remote licensing option. So this will be of interest to you if you're planning on using remote licensing as opposed to Trigger's hardware or dongle method of licensing. If you're choosing to use remote licensing, you must follow this procedure after you've received your alphanumerical license key from us. So you run the setup process in the normal way, accepting the license agreement, like this. And when you get to this page, most of these topics are covered in other tutorials, but essentially you want to keep everything as it is. I'm going to select Create Single User-Based Configuration because I already have my configuration files on this system and I want to keep them the same, but I discussed this in another tutorial. If you're doing a fresh installation, it doesn't matter too much which of these options you go for, but generally speaking, you'd probably be safest to create a system-based all-user configuration, especially if you have multiple users that use your computer system. Now, the relevant box here is Install Remote Licensing. So again, you have a little reminder to say you should really have your alphanumerical license key already. You make sure that this box is ticked and you click Next and then Install. So Trigger will go through the normal installation process, like this, installing the various files that it needs to run in the usual way. And when you get to this screen, you want to make sure you've got Windows Service option selected here and Automatic under Network Configuration. Then you click Start, and then you want to select Configure as a Network Server. And at this point, you enter your license key that you've already been supplied with, and then you click OK to that. And then hopefully you should get a little dialog box that says Service installed and started successfully. So that's the server installed and running on your system. Then you launch Trigger and you select Configure as a network client. And then in this field down here, that's pointing to your server on this system. So you leave that as it is. It should populate automatically. So then we click OK to that. And now you'll see that Trigger's still running in trial mode. We have the red rectangle down the bottom here. So we'll choose to run Trigger Works in Trial Edition. And now what we need to do is go to Environment Options and select Environment Preferences and make sure that Enable Remote Licensing is checked here. We click Done to that and close Trigger down. And now if we run Trigger again, like this, then it's going off to check the license key on the internet, and you can see we're now running with the remote licensing option enabled. Okay, I hope that's made sense to you, and you'll join me next time.